So so we actually thank God for everything. So this is how it goes. Now let's this is the weekly structure, weekly daily structure. I mean weekly daily structure. How do we know the weekly daily structure? How do we know the weekly daily structure? This is the weekly daily structure. The weekly daily structure is this. The first thing that will actually happen is what? This is a weekly, this is a weekly what? This is a weekly structure. Weekly structure. Weekly weekly time frame, bam. And do what? It breaks, bam. Now we are actually going on sale. We are actually going on sale on the weekly structure. On the weekly daily structure, I mean. So as long as it actually breaks down like this, it has indicates that these cells it will be for only, weekly only. And weekly structure means that it actually goes those. If the weekly where is this thing? Okay. So if the weekly is bearish, then every first break in the weekly is what? Is legit, no matter how it is. Now this is how we trade weekly. We sleep the time frame that will be on the weekly time frame is the H4. You understand? So if there is on the H4 like this now, we have the day end like this. The day ends like this. This is where the day end. And the first thing he did was is to give us MS. But before the Asian end, you have seen it giving us another cell. You know this place is previous day, right? Give us another cell. This one give us a market shift buy. This one is giving us a sell. And the Asian ends like that, sell. Please don't sell it. After the Asian section like that, after the Asian section break, after the Asian section has finished like that, next thing you do what? Look for a 15-minute break to what? To buy. This first one is legit. This second one is what? Is a trap. So in a weekly daily structure, the first break is always legit. The first break is always what? Legit. Second one is like this. Sell, right? It's so this was where okay, sorry. This was where it actually end. Do you understand? This was where it end. It actually broke down. Bam. When it broke down, it has given us a sell, right? When it gave us a sell, it actually do what? And it actually gave a buy. It actually gave a buy. So now, what are we doing now? I did been this the yesterday's I like yesterday before hand this evening. I do know that this one too is yesterday's low, like break and it broke this place too. Níbo ló kọ́kọ́ break? Ìsàlẹ̀ ló kọ́kọ́ break. This is the first one. Before breaking this one, what you look for is what? Sell. What did I say? Sell. You don't need to wait for SMT in this one. Look for what? 15 minutes break. 15-minute break and what? Sell it. Note that the first break in weekly is always what? In weekly daily, sorry, is always what? The legit one. It's always the legit one. So that is that about that. So we have now take a look at this one again. This 1 hour, 1 hour sell, 1 hour sell, right? When it gives you a 1 hour sell, it gives you a 1 hour sell, and it gives you a H1, and it gives you a H4 buy, right? How will you trade it? How will you trade it? You trade it a buy because it is H4. You buy it. You buy it. Do you understand it? So that is that about the weekly. So this is now what happens for the weekly and daily. The weekly gives, when the weekly changes direction, how do we now have the daily? It's now like, because all this one, like this, be trading it in a weekly strategy. But when it now gives you a daily break, you should know daily break now. Daily break means the break of market structure that happens on a daily time frame. Now, when it gives you a daily break like that, everything that will now be happening, if it's buying and selling, use the daily strategy that I taught you. That daily strategy, that's what. But if it now gives you a daily sell, do you know that the weekly is selling? So if it now actually gives, because why we actually change strategy for the buy is that when the daily actually give a buy, they will be using the daily strategy for any trade that you are taking inside, as long as it has not breaking any low like that, as long as it has not even breaking any low like that. But now this one gives us a daily break low like that, bam. What will you do? You go back to the weekly. Don't wait for pay you are expecting weekly to break before you go back to, no, because this daily has gone back to the weekly stuff. So anything you want to be doing here, be using the weekly strategy back. Weekly strategy is the first break. The first break is the first break, right? Sorry, this is where it ends, not here. This is where it ends. The first break, right? Let me draw it in another place. The first break, this is the first, this is where the day ends. This is the first break, right? Otifo said direction and it wants to buy. And sorry, Asian ends above this eye. Do you know that that's another buy? Over sell me, but ó ti indicate buy me buy. Please don't buy it. After the Asian finish, look for 15 minutes break and do what? 15-minute break and do what? And sell. That is how the weekly is, and that is it. And when it's, you know that in a weekly break, weekly strategy, right? Weekly strategy, you'll be trading it with weekly strategy. And when it eventually gives a daily break, you'll be trading it with daily strategy. Daily strategy. When it now gives a daily break, that daily break will indicate that it has gone back to the weekly. To now be using the weekly strategy. The first break is always the what? The legit one. Don't go for the second break, please. So that is how the weekly daily is. Let me give you one example on the weekly. I won't give multiple example because of what? Anything that happens in the if one thing happens in the market, because the market is what is fractal. It's fractal. If I'm giving you multiple examples, it will be very, very harsh. It will be very, very harsh. So this is a week. Let me go to the weekly first. Let me go to the weekly first. Now, what do we see in the weekly? In the weekly. Now, what do we have here? Is what? Take a look at this now. Look at this structure. It went up, down, up. Sorry, it went down, right, giving a sell. So everything that will be happening here is a weekly. Now let us go for this. So after that, it gave a weekly buy again. True or false? True. This is a weekly buy. Weekly buy. Wow. Are you seeing it clearly? Yes. Now let us now go to the daily. Before, because even Friday, Thursday, Friday. Look at it now. When it actually broke, you see, okay, this is what happened. This is what happens first. What actually happened is that, do you know that this one sold? This place gave a weekly sell and it closed below. True or false? True. So anything that will be doing there is what? Weekly ni is weekly. Even if it's actually gave us a daily break. Kó fún wa ní daily break. Do you know it gave a daily break here? We will respect that weekly. No, do you understand? We actually respect that weekly. Now let us take a look at what happened. What happened? Do you know that this is the previous day weekly? Do you know why I might do a lot of examples here because of what? Because this place is the recent price. Why is it? And it is not clumsy like this one. You know that if I want to do back testing in this, so if I go to the lower time frame, ó máa rí rádaràda, so you not be able to understand. But this place is still the recent one that it will not give us much information like that. Now, what will I do in the early in the morning if I want to analyze? This is the highest place. True or false? I'm analyzing. You know, I'm using this day to analyze this day. To analyze this day. So now, the next thing we do is what? Break it down like that. After the breakdown like that, what will you do? After the breakdown like that, what are we doing? This one going to the H4. After we go to the H4, well, what do we have in the H4? Where is the last candle here? Where is the last candle in the H4? This is the last candle in the H4, right? This is the last candle. Yeah. Like I said earlier, we have brokers that their candles are not accurate. Can you see where this one end? And can you see where the H4 this is the where it ends instead of this place, because this broker closed early. Because this broker closed early. And when this broker closed early, what will you have? That's less of our own concern, because we are the broker that we are using. I've told you the broker, Headway broker, that's what you actually use. But we actually place it there like that. Now the next thing we actually do what? We actually go to the H1. After I actually go to the H1, the next thing we actually move is what? They actually wait. What do we have for the day? We actually have what? Look at it, 2 a.m. This is where the time, this is where the 2 a.m. means 12 a.m. because of what? Because of the difference of the broker. So now take a look at what happened. Now, where is the time for trading? This is the time for trading. Sorry, okay, we are on the H1. This is 2 a.m. The 2 a.m. for real. This is where the market end. This to 12 a.m. But if you are on the H4, if you see 2 a.m., that 2 a.m. means um 12 a.m. Do you understand? So now let us look at the 2 p.m. Can you see where the 2 p.m. end? The 2 p.m. end like this. Let me bracket that place and go and check the H4. What we have. What do we have? What do we have on the H4? What we have on the H4 is this. What you have on the H4 is this. Can you see what you have on the H4? This was the candle. This place. This was the last candle. That's the Asian end. Like tí Asian ti end pátápátá. This is the candle. See, can you see it from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So can you see this is our entry candle. This candle. Ele. Now let us go and check what really happened on the H1. What really happened was this. What really happened was this. Where is it? Okay. Let me change the color of this thing self. Let me change the color. Uh, blue. Blue. It's not text. No be text I dey look for. Let's forget about that. Now, look at what happened. One, two, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It actually started from this place. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see these candles? 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. These are the candles. These are the Asia end candles. So why did it sweep this place? Why did it sweep that bullish? Do you know that it end bullish? That H4, check it again. Check it again. It end bullish, right? End bullish smart because ibi tí price ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lélẹ̀. Can you see? Please, I want you to understand this thing well. This is where the candle started from. Like the H4 candle started from. Ibi by this candle, this is the closing price of the candle. This is the opening price of the candle. Can you see that when this last candle, H1 candle ends, it ends above this closing, above this opening price. So it ends slightly bullish. Check it again. Reverse the video and you will see slightly bullish. And that gave us what? The structure is not strong enough. You know that even if it is H4 structure, like this H4 structure did not break any previous structure, in the sense that this candle, this last H1 candle will be induced. So the entry is on 1:15. We'll go to the 15 minutes now for us to check. You go and check it now. You'll see it. Wait. H1. Now what are we saying? What I'm looking for? Uh-huh. I think this is it. Nope. No, no, no. Show me, sir. Okay. Let me go to H1 first. H1. No, mo ti mark kíní ẹ̀. It's not really that far. Let me let me give it a standing ovation. Oh my God. Okay. Let me give it this arrow, right? Lock. Oh, 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. This is where we are going to. So, can you see? Can you see where? Can you see where this was where the Asian candle end? Oh. Can you see where the Asian candle? The Asian candle yẹn lélẹ̀ ibi tó end sí. Can you see 2 o'clock? Can you see it? This is it. Now, where is the next one now? The next one is our entry point. Can you see the nearest structure? Can you see it? I'm coming. Can you see? It went up, right? There's no other structure, but what you see is what open and close. I only open and close. Closing price and opening price. The closing price of this candle or the opening price of this candle, and that àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń pè ní open and close. So what do we have there? This is what we have there. This is what we have there. This is what we have there. Ìgbà tó eléyìí jẹ́ last candle Asian section. Now èwo wá ní the next one. We have the open and close, right? That's the open and close, and we are even have structure. The next, the closest structure there too. Can you see? This is the closest structure. What did the price do? It tapped on it and what? Moved up. Ó ti gba 40 pips ẹ kúrò ńbẹ̀ nìyẹn. Can you see it? Please don't complicate things. Can you see it? So now let us move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. Oh, what's happening? Let's move to the next one. So you should study this, study again and again and again and again. Now, let's move to the next candle. Day candle. We analyzed this one now. So let's move to this one. So if you want to analyze this one, what will we do first? We mark our daily candle high and low. Our previous day daily candle high and low. Our previous day daily candle high and low. Mhm. So when we have this one like this, let me lock it. Okay. Now let us go to the lower time. H4 first. H4 first. Now, what do you look for the two? Okay. Where's the 2M candle? This is the 2M candle. Ibi tí ọjọ́ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lélẹ̀. Right. So what do we have there? Let's see what the H1 says first before we actually conclude in anything. What do you have? 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, 12. Right? 1. So 12 ọjọ́ ti parí. So 1 ọjọ́ mi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you see? It gave a cell. True or false? True. I'm coming. I'm coming. Alẹ́ gan tó máa fẹ́ gbé laptop wọn fún mi. Okay. So what are we talking about? So it actually gave a cell. True or false? It gave a cell here on the H1. So let's now go to the H4. Because H4 is the what? H4 is the rules for daily structure is different from the rules of what? Weekly structure. So you actually have that at the back of your mind. What did the weekly give us? It gave us what? A buy, yeah. Because of what? This last pullback is what? That's the what? The last yesterday's pullback. As you can see here. Can you see 6 a.m.? 2 p.m. Wait, I don't understand this. 2 p.m., 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 a.m., a.m., a.m. You see, that is why I said it is not accurate. I actually remember this thing. Like the broker is not accurate. You can't see what the rubbish this broker is giving me. On the what's it called? Uh H4, like a real candle. This is what we add there. Mhm, mhm. Thank you. This is what we actually add there. Let me draw it for you. This is what we add here. We have this. Bó ṣe rí lélẹ̀. I actually remember it. The day ends like that. So it gave a market shift up like that. So it now gave us a what? BMS. Nǹkan tó ṣe lọ́jọ́ yẹn lélẹ̀, because I actually remember what happened there. Now this is it. The day, like, there is a legit means what? Previous day break. Legit break like that, giving us a market shift. But later in the day, what did it give us? It gave us another one, sell. Gave us a sell. And in a weekly structure, what did I say? The first one is what? Respected. Don't go for the second one. Now let us now see what now happened in the day, in the what's it called? After the Asian. This is it, right? Let's see what happened after the Asian. Bang, 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 bang. And let us now see what happened after the Asian. Let us go to the 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So what do we have in the 15 minutes? Let's go to the H1 first. I'm sorry. What do we have on the H1? This is what we have on the H1. This is what we have on the H1. Can you see? Inside the structure. What did I say? Inside. It's still inside that. So when it's inside the structure, you don't look for entry below. For H, like that's for H weekly structure. You know the one that we did now, ó ti jáde kúrò nínú daily previous daily candle yẹn. But this one is inside the daily, still inside the daily candle, as you can see now. Can you see? It's inside the daily, ó ṣì wà ní inside. So where did the Asian end? Ibi báyìí ni Asian ti end pátápátá. This place. Candles 1, 2, 3, 4. How many candles can we see in 4 hours candles? It's 4 candles. Now, when it ends like that, what do we look for? We look for what? 15-minute break. 15-minute what? Break. This is where we add the 15-minute break here. Can you see it? This is the last one. This is the last one, right? For this 45 to 2. This is the last one. Can you see? 1:45 p.m. Can you see the time? That's this candle started 1:45 p.m. and ends in 2. So this one started from what? 2. That's another 15 minutes. Started from 2 to 2:15. This one started from 2:15. Can you see? So that is how you know it. What did he do? Let us draw the pullbacks first. Let us draw the pullbacks. The recent ones, though. I cannot be drawing. Can you see? So this is how it ends. So we have market shift, right? It came here and it's mitigated. Mitigate. Wait, I'm coming. So did what? It mitigated that place. It says it did what? 15 minutes. It mitigated that candle. There's something I use though. I would explain to you. I will explain that one to you after everything, after all the video. It is called Fibonacci. So it's really what? It tapped on. As it break, you can use market execution, like buying it directly. Buying it directly. It actually came to the candle to break it. Ó wá síbi open and closing. And actually bought. Can you see? It bought. Now let us have wait day. Let's have another one. Set price view. Okay. Now let us see another one. Okay. Let me see if I can see another H4 stuff like that. As you can see that's that about that. So our now let us go to the daily. Now what now happened here? It gave a daily what? It gave us a daily what? A daily break. It gives us a daily break. Where did it give us a daily break? Yeah. Hmm? After it gives a daily break, what are we doing? We're actually doing what? Easy sell. Ibi tó ti sell yọ pé àwọn this broker their candle is not accurate. How will a starting point be below a closing point of a bearish candle? So you can see that their candle is not accurate. So now what are we doing next? When it gives a bearish sell on the daily time frame, what do we have now? We have a weekly, daily time frame. So now that he has given us a weekly, daily time frame, we have it at the back of our mind that okay, now the market is now on a daily what? On a daily bullish, daily bearish, weekly bullish. Can you see weekly bullish breaking up? Like bullish is bullish, and inside the weekly we have the daily. That is what bearish. Can you see it? Can you see the price? Now, gbogbo nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ after that daily break is what? We'll be trading on what? On a daily structure. All those daily structure I taught you. But now take a look at this now. Take a look at this. Now, the 50% fib. Okay, let me go to the weekly. What happened in the weekly was this. So the candle that actually breaks, that gave us a market structure. will actually be the candle for entry. 50%. This is the 50% of the candle. Anybody 50% ever. This is the where it is. Can you see it? Okay, this is where it is. Can you see it? Let me lock price. Okay, now let us go to the day one. Do you see that when price got there, price reacted on that price? True or false? Yes, it did. And he look at what happened though. Look at what happened. We have another one on the way on the daily too. True or false? This is the daily candle that broke the what? That broke that gave us a bearish. See it, as you can see, this one too is 50%, right? Look at it. Mm. Can you offer a rosy 50% though? I'm coming. H4. Let us go to the H4. Uh-huh. That is it. Let me lock price. Let me lock price. Okay, good. Let me now delete this. So what do we have now is that day that the market got here, it was during Asian Ori. This 10 a.m., 10 a.m. to 2. So it got there. So people will be expecting to sell that day, but no. It is because it has gotten to a weekly 50% break. Pé eléyìí náà break ni. So when you get to the 50%, you look for what? For something underneath, for open and close under it. Can you see? If it's H1 that is very close to it, you pick it. But this one is very close to it. Can you see? Do you know what the market did? Tapped and do what? Went to the 50% of the daily. And the second day, the daily is still, the trade is still there. Let's go to the, okay. Let's go to the H1, 1 hour. When you've taken your trade, you've taken 50 pips to this place, right? The second day, the Asian is still within the 50%. Can you see that? Ìgbà wo ni ọjọ́ parí náà? Can you see? 12. Ibi ìbàdàn ọjọ́ parí. Still in the 50%, in the range of that 50%. Can you see it? So now, it is still ranging at that place. True or false? Can you see the time? PM, OTD. So what now happened was that it did what? 12 p.m., 1 p.m., right? 2 p.m. Asian Titan. Still in the range of that 50%. 50% is a very strong zone for buy and selling decision after break, after BMS or after market shift, especially on the daily and the weekly. You understand? So now take a look at this. What did the market do? It go for the sell, because it did not sell yesterday that was supposed to sell. Or call buy for the what? For the weekly, because it was very close to the weekly buy. So now this, it's actually the what? It sold from here. This is what the weekly this was what the weekly gave us. Let us look at the day. Ìgbà wo ni day end. This was where this candle was the end of the day candle. This is the high of the previous candle. Let me delete this now. We are already analyzing the daily candle. Now, here is the eye. This is the eye. I'm coming. This is the eye of the what? Previous day candle, right? And this is the low. No, that is not the eye though. This was where it actually started from. This was where it actually started. I'm coming. 12 p.m. 2 a.m. This was the eye. A by. And this is the low. Right? It's still inside that candle. So this is the 50% of the place of the candle. This is the 50%. 50% lele. So now what do we have there? Do you know what it did that day? It gave a bullish break. Today, it gave a bullish break. Okay, it did not happen on the H4. It happened in the 1 hour. Study your candles very well. Study candles. Candles is time. So, where do we have it? We have 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 10, 11, 12. This was where the day end. And did what? It broke, right? It gave a sell indication. True or false? True. It gave a sell indication here. True or false? True. And what? It broke up, right? So this one happens to be what? The last candle of yesterday. This one is the first candle of today, right? So what are we doing? So when did the Asian end? This is the end of the Asian. This place, it ends below. True or false? True. It ends below. So where will you put our entry? At the 50%. At the 50%. Where is the candle cell? This is it. The 50% of the candle is where when we use our fib. Can you see where the 50% is? And if you actually look at the log price on the 1 hour, well, I could have entered early, but you see, this thing is a gradual process. It's a gradual process. If you understand this one, I'll teach you the early entry points. You understand? So, what do we have here? 9 a.m., 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I should have entered here. This candle, Mati Wale Nibe, and my stop loss will be here. So that's but this one, entering at the 2 p.m. is also safe. Do you understand? So having your entry here, you understand? When you have your entry here, this is where you have your entry, but it actually scope you that on fair buying. No, it is not buying. Do you understand? Let me count the candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 candles. This place has not been mitigated. So you have your entry there. You have your entry there. You have your entry there. When you have your entry there, you actually do what you sell. Let me draw what happened here. This was what happened there. Day end, right? Day end. Date end the buy. Now it broke. It broke structure downwards. It broke structure downwards. When it broke structure downwards, this is where it broke structure downwards, right? Giving us a sell indication here. So it went up and came down again. You do understand? When it actually came down again, it actually sold here. Now this was what happened. Let me now indicate what. Let me now where the breaks are. It broke here, indicating a sell, still in the range of the 50%. It broke up again, still in the range of the 50%, still in the range of the 50%, still in the range of the 50%. So after it actually go by, so when the Asian section got finished, do you understand? The entry will be here. Sorry, the entry will actually be here. Do you understand? The entry will be here. Can you see it? So you actually sell. This was what happened that day. So do you understand it? Yes. If you do understand it, clap for yourself. So that is that about weekly. Weekly. So you understand that first weekly break is the one. So but daily, you know how to trade daily as I explained in the previous class, in the previous videos I made. So thank you for listening. Watch and watch again. You understand. And if you have any question to ask me, you can ask me. You understand. So yeah, there will be some PDFs for entry point as well. You understand.